Rain hammered against the windshield of my Ford F-150, each drop sounding heavier than the last. The road ahead was dark, but not darker than the words echoing in my mind. I regret every day with you. I've opened our marriage. For a few seconds, I forgot how to breathe. The woman I once trusted more than life itself had just looked me in the eyes and shattered everything we had built together. Not with anger, not with tears, but with calmness, as if she'd rehearsed it. I remember turning my head slowly, searching her face for even a flicker of emotion, guilt, pain, hesitation. But there was nothing, just a strange peace. And that silence, it said more than any scream ever could. We had been married 8 years. 8 years of laughter, struggles, late nights building our dreams together. I still remember our first apartment. One room, cracked walls, broken heater, but we were happy. We didn't have much, but we had each other. She used to hold my hand and say, "One day we'll make it." And we did. When my business finally took off, life changed fast. A bigger house, new friends, constant dinners, and trips that seemed never-ending. But somewhere in all that noise, I started to lose her. The woman who once waited for me at the window every night started staying out late herself. The messages became shorter. The phone calls colder, and that warmth in her eyes disappeared. I ignored the signs. I told myself she was just stressed, maybe overwhelmed. I didn't want to believe what my gut was already screaming, that I was slowly becoming a stranger in my own marriage. Then came that night, the confession. It wasn't explosive. It wasn't emotional. It was surgical, precise, cold. She told me she wanted to explore, to be free. She said marriage felt like a cage, and that she'd already opened the door. I sat there, frozen, staring at the rain sliding down the window like tears I couldn't shed. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I didn't even ask who it was, because deep down I already knew. But what she didn't know was that my silence wasn't weakness. It was strategy. For days after that, I acted calm. She thought I was broken, numb, maybe in denial. But every night when she slept or pretended to, I started collecting the truth. Receipts from hotel stays, credit card charges that didn't match her stories, deleted messages recovered from our shared cloud account. Piece by piece, I built a picture of her secret life. And while she believed she had control of the story, I was quietly rewriting the ending. When she finally left for her business trip, I watched her walk out the door without a word. That was the last time she'd ever see me as the man she could lie to. I spent the next few weeks setting things in motion. She had no idea that every lie she told was about to catch up with her. I gathered the documents, the photos, the messages, and I sent them where they needed to go, to her company's HR, to her family, to the one person she'd sworn she'd never hurt. Her secret world collapsed faster than she could pack another bag. But here's the thing. It wasn't about revenge for me anymore. It was about truth. I had been living in her illusion for too long. And sometimes when you pull the curtain back, you realize the person you love was never really there. A month later, I saw her again, not in person, but through a message she sent late at night. Her new life had fallen apart. The man she thought was her freedom had moved on. Her friends had vanished. She wrote, "I made a mistake. I miss us." I didn't reply, because sometimes silence says everything. Instead, I sat on my porch, listening to the same rain that once felt like punishment. Now it sounded like peace. I thought about how love can turn into pain, and pain into strength. I thought about how people break promises not because they stop loving, but because they stop trying. And I realized something important. You can't build happiness on someone else's betrayal. So I forgave her, not to bring her back, but to free myself. Because true revenge isn't making someone suffer. It's showing them you no longer care. They say rain washes everything away. That night, as I watched the storm fade and the clouds begin part, I finally understood what that meant. The pain, the anger, the betrayal, all of it was gone. In its place, there was calm. A calm that only comes when you face the worst and still chosen to rise. So when people ask me what I did after she said, "I regret every day with you. I've opened our marriage," I tell them the truth. I didn't destroy her. I didn't fight. I simply pressed play on a new life, one where peace wasn't shared. It was mine alone, and for the first time in years, I finally felt free.